Our only chance is to outrun them, says Davan, his eyes narrowing as he surveys the ironclads hauling their anchors and turning about. At his command, the crew spring into action, breaking their backs to coax every last knot of speed from their battered ship. But the winds are against them, and the enemy, not reliant on sails for their propulsion, are soon closing the gap. Prepare to repel boarders! Shouts Davan as an ironclad draws alongside. Hastily, they abandon their attempt to outrun the enemy and drop weapons in readiness to receive a unit of leather-clad Drakkari Marines who are poised to spring aboard the very moment the two vessels collide. Then, with a resounding crash, the ironclad smashes into the side of the Intrepid, and the enemy comes scrambling over the rail, screaming and howling like a pack of demons. One of the numbers singles you out. He strides forward, his black blade swinging viciously as he attempts to cleave your skull in two. Owing to the speed of his attack, you are able to make use of a bow. And at any given time, you may tell me you want to run. Given here, Robodar, you're now fighting a Drakkari Marine.
5.
So, okay. 5, you say?
Yes.
Okay. So, the guy comes at you and chops at you with all his strength and hits you directly in the shoulder. Unfortunately for him, you are very well protected at this point, so you take 1 point of damage. Then you hit him, and his armor's carved open like it was made of paper.
With a bow.
Your bow.
Didn't you say we're using our bow?
No, you couldn't.
Said we couldn't use our bow.
Oh, okay. So we punch him.
Not yet. Do remember that the restriction on the Summersword is first when you get into the Darklands.
Oh, okay.
That means that we have no reason to hold back against enemy marines.
No. It's when you get into Mordor you cannot use it, basically.
Huh.
One does not simply walk into whatever the fuck this land is with a
The
golden
Darklands. Yeah.
The dark lands with a sword of golden righteousness when they can see you.
Yeah, but out here it's okay.
Okay.
Chop, 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 chop,
No
chop,
one
chop.
is ever gonna figure it out.
Well, it's not more like there's not going to be anybody left alive who will tell the enemy. So, Robodar again.
1.
Oh. Been some time since we've seen one of those. But yeah. Well, the guy chops again. The sharp spikes of his serrated cutlass, I guess, bites into your flesh. You lose 3 endurance points. Then you chop him open.
Okay.
You have won. You leap over the body of your slain enemy and rush to help Davan, who is being driven back across the deck by 3 snarling Drakkari. For Summerlund! You cry as you launch your attack, felling 2 of his adversaries with a single sweeping blow. Deftly he puts paid to the third, and together you... That's that expression again, he puts paid. Was that just the phrase of the day for the author?
No idea.
And together you advance...
Maybe he tips it.
Towards the stern where the enemy are attempting to capture the helm. Already several of the crew lie bleeding on the deck, and although they fight bravely, they are no match for the vicious Drakkari Marines. At the foot of the makeshift stairs that ascend to the stern deck, you are confronted by the leader of the enemy assault team. Okak gas Igor, he growls, his evil eyes glinting through his slits in his studded leather battle mask. Shish uk okak nokyat ashgajok ok okak ades. With that,
Yeah, I have no idea what.
Fuck you too!
To be honest, I'm just reminded of this one-eyed knight from that old Danish movie who was, quite frankly, pretty scary.
Yeah. With that, he lifts his reddened axe and strides forwards to meet your advance. You're now fighting a Drakkari Marine Sergeant.
Well, damn.
Yeah. Robodai, and your combat skill was 44 at this point, wasn't it? Or was it high?
Our combat skill 43, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, Robodai.
7.
7, right. You easily block the axe and deliver a devastating blow that sends him flying back. He gets up again with a shocked expression on his face that tells you that he did not expect that to happen. Robodai again.
Okay. 1.
He charges at you and hits you with all the force he can muster with his axe. That amounts to 3 points of endurance damage.
At this point, however, even if he does a good deal of damage, I think the reaction would be sort of like, you hit me in the arm.
Now I'm going. Now you hit me in the chest with a battle axe. Now I'm getting a bruise. Then you chop one of his arms off. He starts screaming. Roll the die again.
Would be even more badass if actually we just plucked it from him.
9.
And then you finish him off with a twirl and a head chop.
You know, even over the battle, I can just imagine the sergeant just screaming, "Oh God, not there!" Yeah.
The sergeant crashes lifelessly to the deck, and for a few moments the troops that were fighting by his side stared down at his body in shocked disbelief. For 6 years he had led them to glory, his battle skills and cunning ensuring their survival. And now he lies dead, killed by a Somlanding.
Oops.
Taking advantage of their stunned state, you cleave a path up the staircase and force your way towards the helm. You're within 10 feet of the ship's wheel when Davan screams a warning. "Archer, above you!" You glance up into the rigging and a cold spark of fear stabs your heart when you glimpse the gloating face of a Dakaran Marine. With one hand he holds a bow and with the other he draws back an arrow to his chin. He mouths a curse and lets fly the deadly shaft. Roll the die. And you may add 2 because you have Hunt Mastery and 3 because you have all those psychic powers. So that adds, you may add 5 in total.
Okay, 15.
You twist aside and the arrow thuds harmlessly into the deck. The archer bares his teeth as he reaches for another arrow, but before he can fire again, his arm is spoiled by 2 of his comrades who rush forward to hack you with axe and sword. Aim is spoiled. Okay, I didn't think we must say. Davan protects your back, holding up the marines who are attempting to climb the stairs. You evade the first blows of your enemies, sidestepping a launch, and ducking a wild swipe, and then strike.
Sidestepping a launch.
Launch. They're jumping at you!
Lunge!
And then strike back with deadly speed and unerring accuracy. Both scream and fall simultaneously, dying with a look of surprise fixed on their cruel faces.
We didn't expect to actually risk dying in a business where we basically take lives.
With a swift and graceful movement, you snatch a dagger from the belt of one of your dead foes, spin on your heel and fling it at the archer above before he has a chance to fire another arrow. It sinks hilt deep into his chest, sending him tumbling backward into the black waters of the Kalta Sea. With the stern deck now cleared of the enemy, you grab the helm and attempt to steer the ship away from the ironclad. The second enemy vessel is closing fast, and you fear that the Intrepid will be smashed to driftwood if caught between the two. Roll the die. You may add 1 to the rolled number for every Magna Chi discipline you have besides the first 3.
How many is that?
So that's the first 3, that would be... let's see, would that not be 7 or something? Nah, sorry. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that would be 7, yes.
Oh, 14 then.
You have 10 skills, right?
Yes.
But one of those is one of the old Kai skills, not one of the Magna Chi skills. So it's actually 6.
Oh.
So roll it.
Only 13 then.
The Intrepid responds to the wheel, and as the wind fills out her sails, she begins to pull away from the first ironclad. Your hope rise, but are soon dashed when a jolt runs through the deck, and she rolls back towards the enemy vessel. Then you see why you cannot escape. Davan, quick! Have your men cut the grappling lines! You shout. Immediately he urges his men to carry out your command. Anxiously you watch as the second ironclad bears down on the stern with unnerving speed. Sorry about that, I just want to check if I had more water. The lines are soon severed and you feel the ship swing about, yet the enemy craft is almost upon you, its deck crammed with more troops poised to leap aboard. Suddenly it hits the rear quarter and you are knocked down by the shock. The screech of tortured metal and the crack of splintered wood fills the air, yet the deck soon rights itself and you are able to regain control of the helm. Despite the shock of impact and the fearful noise, the enemy craft has only glanced at the bow, its steel-tipped ram missing the rudder by just a few feet. It scrapes alongside before veering away amid a cloud of foul yellow smoke. The crew cheers and the Dakaran Marines falter as they watch their vessel slipping away to the stern. The battle on board turns in your favor, and as Davan and his men press the advantage, you feel sure that the Intrepid will make the successful escape along the coast. Within the space of a few minutes, your confidence is shattered anew by an unexpected attack.
Great.
From the tube-like contraption mounted behind the funnel of the ironclad, there issues a flash and a puff of smoke. Moments later, a fiery ball comes hurtling towards the Intrepid, screeching louder than a flock of angry crone. So they're using cannons, basically. It strikes midship, causing an explosion that sends 1,000 flaming shards hissing in every direction. In seconds, the sail mast and rigging are set ablaze, showering the carmen crew alike with red-hot smoking cinders. Instinctively, you cover your head as part of the boom sail lands close by. It brings with it a tangle of burning canvas that smothers you from head to foot. Do you wish to use Nexus?
Yeah.
Yes.
Using your Magna Chi skills, you cause the flames to flicker and die before you sustain any serious burns. Your advanced discipline also protects you from the smoke and fumes given off by the smoldering canvas, and enables you to crawl from under the fallen sails uninjured. You know what's just struck me? It's something that Gavinier mentioned before. Lone Wolf would at this point actually be much better at surviving being burnt at the stake than any wizard from the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah.
The explosion has caused havoc aboard the Intrepid. Men run howling across the decks, their clothes and hair ablaze, as swiftly the... Okay, that's just a funny image, just guys running back and forth in the ship with fire in their hair, yelling. Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone would do that.
Yeah, as swiftly as fire spreads throughout the ship. "Save yourselves!" cries Davin. "Abandon ship!" You run to the deck rail, and as you look along the beam, you see scores of men, Dracaran and some landing alike, hurling themselves into the cold, dark waters of the Counter Sea rather than perish amid the roaring holocaust of flame. Do you wish to use Hunt Mastery, or Pathmanship, or Divination? Any one of them will work.
Well,
Hunt Mastery.
yeah, I would agree with that.
Your senses tingle. Someone is about to attack you from behind. How curious. Without wanting to see who is approaching, you twist aside and your would-be attacker crashes chest first against the rail. He's a Dracaran Marine armed with a stiletto dagger, whose needle-thin blade glows wetly crimson in the flickering light of the fire. Maddened by the pain of the fearful burns he has sustained on his face and hand, he screams a curse and leaps at you wildly, determined to drive his dagger into your chest. Oh, you're now fighting a Dracaran Marine. Oh, and due to the frenzy of his attack, he's immune to Mind Blast. But not Side Search, should you decide to use it. Okay, roll the die.
2.
2.
2.
Okay, he swings wildly at you with the tip of his stiletto, scratching the side of your face for 2 endurance points. You hit him with a powerful blow that sends him crashing through a railing, sending glowing splinters in all directions.
Well, kudos to the stubbornness, I have to say.
Yep. Roll the die again.
8.
Right. While he tries to get up again from the head first crash into the railing, you run up to him and force your sword through his back. He screams, gurgles, then dies.
Well,
That was what he deserved.
And then you apparently throw him over the ship's rail, just to finish him off.
well, now that he had finished brushing his teeth and...
Yeah. You pull away from your enemy as he screams and tumbles over the ship's rail. Then, as if an answer to his cry, a horn shrieks loudly. It is the Ironclad. It has caught up and is steaming alongside the blazing Intrepid. Clouds of acrid yellow smoke now merge with the oily black plumes pouring from the inferno that was once the ship's hold, adding to the chaos and confusing. You pull
Yellow
your...
smoke.
What?
Oh, yellow smoke.
You pull yourself onto the rail and wait for the smoke to thin before you make your leap. Suddenly the ship lurches violently and you slip and fall feet first into the swirling smog. Roll the die.
1.
Roll the die.
You're expecting the sudden chill of cold water, so it comes as a great shock when you slam down upon the moving steel deck of the Darkland Ironclad.
Huh.
Boom.
Yeah, you just landed on the enemy ship.
Yay!
Your legs buckle and your knees hit your chest. And your knees hit your chest, forcing the air from your lungs and leaving you gasping like a fish out of water. You lose 3 endurance points.
Ow!
You know, I just got them into his damn Magna Chi, whatever the fuck he is actually just trying to imitate a fish.
You have barely recovered when a Dracaran sailor, armed with a billhook, looms out of the smoke and lunges at your head. Fortunately, you have hunt mastery, so you don't lose combat skill due to surprise. Gunir, roll a die.